Hi there! In this video we're gonna talk about pronunciation and we're gonna analyze the typical mistakes that some of the entrepreneurs and IT specialists make when they pronounce words. We are not going to talk about accents, British or American, because a lot of my friends, especially Americans, say that actually accent doesn't matter if you say some bullshit. So whenever you are saying something smart and reasonable, you can say it with any accent that you have, and actually Americans like accents a lot, and this is the country of diversity. So your accent basically indicates just the region you're coming from, for example, Eastern Europe, but what matters is the pronunciation of the words and correctness of the pronunciation, because otherwise the communication will be unsuccessful, and the main purpose of exchanging information with people is actually communication. And it has to be as clear as possible. Let's get started. The first word is entrepreneur or entrepreneurship, підприємець, підприємництво. We discussed this word in particular in the video interview with Andriy Fedorov. The link to it you can find below in the description to this video. You can watch it one more time. This word is actually quite difficult in terms of spelling, so I recommend you to try as many times as possible to spell it, to come up with your own sentences where you can actually use it, so that you type it and memorize the way it is spelled. Entrepreneur. The next word is company. I've heard so many times when people pronounce it as company because it's actually written as company. And misleading is actually the way a lot of foreigners pronounce this word, especially if you have some partners from Israel. They pronounce it this way. So no wonder that people keep on saying it company because they hear it this way. But actually the correct word is company.
You turned down $10 million to keep Pied Piper. What did you give up that money for? What is this company? What did I buy?
You bought the algorithm, which...
No! The algorithm is the product of the company. I know that. What I'm asking about is the company itself. Who is it? What do they do?
The next word is schedule or schedule. The difference is actually in the way British and American people pronounce it. So schedule is the American way of saying it and schedule the British one. But I heard schedule, scheduler, and a lot of other types of pronouncing this word. Actually, you have to say schedule or schedule, whatever is more appealing to you. Obviously, which means очевидно. This is kind of a funny word in terms of pronunciation and the way people say it. One of the ways is sounds obviously, which is totally incorrect. Please pay special attention to this word. It's obviously. Have you heard of the program called Slack? I'm sure you have, but a lot of people pronounce it as Slack. Actually, if you check out the videos that the company produced telling about how to use the program, they pronounce it as Slack. So please stick to the rule and pronounce the name of the company, the program correctly.
Slack is a new kind of messaging for teams, bringing all your communication together in one simple place.
Slack is a program that helps team members to communicate, to exchange information and messages. You can also have the audio and video calls. You can integrate this program with some other programs like Trello, and then you will get notification about your tasks, and whatever changes in Trello is you getting informed about it in Slack. So it's kind of useful and very efficient for the companies to use, and remember that it is actually Slack. The next two words are pronounced incorrect just because of the stress which is put on the wrong syllabus. What I mean is support and developer. The way people mispronounce it is support and developer. So please pay attention to the stress in the syllabus. It's support and developer. Is, with, difficult, possibility, family, tradition, Christmas. Does it sound okay to you? Because this is the way a lot of people pronounce these words, but in fact it has to be pronounced a bit differently. You have to say is, with, tradition, family, Christmas, possible, possibility, difficult. So basically you have to pronounce it a bit more like I instead of I. Please compare with, tradition, tradition, difficult, difficult. The next important sound is TH sound, which is pronounced as th or the. I know it may sound a bit weird, funny, silly to you, whatever, but as long as you pronounce it correctly, you have a successful communication in the end. Because otherwise, there are real examples and funny stories when foreigners or native speakers could not actually understand you 100%. And let's watch a funny video to have some proof of it.
Mayday, mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
So now you know the difference between think and sink. And please do not confuse these two words because sometimes they are just vital. To practice the correct way of pronunciation of this sound, I recommend you to do it at home and to exaggerate, to make it the way it sounds too weird to you. It means that when you will speak with foreign clients or colleagues, friends, just people who you meet for the first time, you will pronounce it correctly because you will not pay that much attention in the end to it. But first you need to work really, really hard. Here are a few examples that you can start practicing with. The, with, something, nothing, three, this, these, that, those. Please take a note of that there is a difference between something when you pronounce th when you say thing, but you do not have to say thumb, because some people try it that hard that they start saying this sound each and every time they see even S. So something is not something, because it's even impossible to pronounce. In my opinion, the most difficult word combination with th sound is actually пятый, the fifth, because in the article you have this sound, and then in the fifth it's also present. So try to practice. I noticed this combination and the way it is pronounced thanks to the series, the TV show called Suits, Force Majeure. They all the time say this phrase in the context of to plead the fifth, which means п'ята поправка. Згідно з законодавством США є право на п'яту поправку, коли ти не можеш свідчити проти себе. So they were saying, for example, you can plead the fifth. You can plead the fifth. Try to say it as quickly as possible in order to practice.
I'm not going to ask questions that you're just going to plead the fifth to, so.
I hope that now you will practice a bit more pronouncing some of the words in a correct way, like company or schedule or support, with, thank you, and plead the fifth. And if you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so that we know you liked it. By the way, we work on pronunciation in all of our online courses, so if you're interested to practice a bit more and find out the other tips on how to sound correct in the English language, you can find the detailed information in the description below this video. See you online!